We're here today to answer some baby parent versus dog parent questions.
I'm a mom.
I'm a dog mom.
Let's do this.
Where does your baby/dog sleep? My dog sleeps tucked under the covers, like all the way at my feet. So he does sleep in bed with me and my fiance and under the covers usually, but he's like always getting in and out of the covers.
That's awesome. My baby sleeps in her crib because that's the way it should be.
My baby sleeps in her crib.
My dog sleeps in the living room. I have a gate on my bedroom so they don't come in and disrupt my sleep. Describe your baby or dog in 3 words. I have 2 dogs, so for my first dog, the little dog Franco, he is loud, obnoxious, and a cuddle bug. For my other dog, he is timid, quiet, and same, he's also a cuddle bug.
My baby's loud, energetic, and smart.
I will say tenacious, determined, and loving.
Peanut, I'll give him cuddly. How do I say this in one word? Intellectual.
Nice.
He's a genius.
That's a great word for your dog.
And handsome.
Love that.
He's a heartbreaker.
How do you plan to potty train your baby or dog? My baby will be potty trained soon, and I know that it takes a big village, takes a lot of people. So let's check back on that.
Yeah, with Peanut, we just kind of got a grass pad, put some treats on it, encouraged him to, pee on a pad. We use a lot of pads.
I potty trained one of my dogs, my little dog Franco, by having him in a kennel and letting him know, like, you can't be going in here. So it was definitely a lot of training with him, letting him go outside and then go back into his kennel. My other dog, though, he was already potty trained, so nothing to do there.
I'm currently working on potty training, and I was going to use the 3-day method, but so far it's turned into like the 3-month method. Yeah, so you just gotta be consistent and make sure that they don't pee their pants. How do you celebrate your baby/dog's birthday? Well, I'm Latina, so we go all out for our baby's birthdays. We do a bunch of we usually get like a salon, or like a big banquet hall, and we'll just like invite a bunch of people, eat a lot of food, and get like a DJ and stuff like that. So
I celebrate my dog's birthdays like every other birthday. I'll make him a treat, usually bake it myself, whether it's a little cake or little biscuits, and I put candles on it and sing to them.
Well, for Peanut, we kind of go all out. For the past few years, we've been actually in our hometown with Peanut, and he also shares a birthday with my mom. So we get him like a cake, balloons, a stuffed animal. We put a party hat on him, all of his favorite treats, and we do a joint celebration with him and my mom.
Well, this is gonna be embarrassing next year's celebration for your dog. I'm a mom of 2, and so different ages, very close to each other. I have a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. 2-year-old's party was a little bit more, I wanna say, extensive. Family, balloons, cakes, people, music, pool. For my 1-year-old, we did something smaller where we did a smash cake. My baby did not care about the smash cake.
What was your dog's last meltdown about? Peanut, he has been melting down about not getting our leftover food. So we a little too often give him like the scraps on our plates, but only if he's like able to eat those foods. Like if it's foods that he's not supposed to eat, then we don't give it to him. And sometimes he gets really angry about it, and he doesn't like his kibble anymore. So if we don't put a topper on it, full-blown meltdown.
My toddler had one this morning at a daycare drop-off. I did not let him get out of his own car seat, which, how dare I? Of course he wants to do it on himself or alone. So, and then my infant meltdown was me not letting her get into my Tupperware cabinet. How dare I, once again.
My baby's last meltdown was about me taking her out of the Tupperware drawer. Yeah.
My dogs don't have meltdowns, or maybe I'm not seeing them happen right away. I know that they crash out whenever I pretend to throw the ball or the toy and they're like, where is it, where is it? So that's kind of their meltdown. What's in your diaper/travel bag for them? Whenever I go anywhere with my dogs, I definitely bring poop bags and snacks, keep them entertained, and a ball or two to play with them because I'm usually going to the park with them.
I have the exact same answer. Poop bags, diapers, wipes, hand sanitizer, just the essentials.
In my diaper bag, I have obviously diapers, wipes, a changing mat, rash cream, baby cream, snacks, pacifiers, bottles. What else is in there? My whole life is in there, including my own bag, because this is a really great tip. Once you have babies and carry a diaper bag, you actually don't have to carry your own bag.
Oh, that's nice. So I'm gonna go based on what's in Peanut's travel bag because he's a frequent flyer.
Of course.
He's flying a lot. So we'll have like a leash in there, a couple of toys, some treats to bribe him with. Sometimes we'll put like a sock in there or something because he really likes socks. So, just like a singular sock.
Interesting.
Preferably used, he prefers that.
Interesting. Has your baby or dog ever gone into something they're not supposed to? Yes, almost everything. So when you become a mom, first thing you have to do is secure your cabinets. But I've also decided to live my life, so I haven't really secured all cabinets. So she is getting into pans, Tupperware, cups, makeup, but my goal is to just make sure to educate them the right way, and hopefully they won't be interested in that stuff anymore. That's probably very naive of me.
Yeah, so Peanut, the one thing he ever got into that he wasn't supposed to, he's not like a big eater of things that he shouldn't be eating. Like he never actually eats anything bad, except one time I had Invisalign and I suddenly lost my trays for the week. And I was like, where did they go? Where did they go? And a week later, he threw it up.
I have gates around my place, so I'm pretty good at keeping them out of things they're not supposed to get into, but every now and then I'll see my little dog, Franco, chewing on one of my Lego pieces, and it's hard to get it away from him, so he just ends up eating it, unfortunately.
There's only so much baby proofing you can do, to be honest. What's your baby/dog's favorite snack? My baby's favorite snack is either strawberries, blueberries, or really any fruit.
Yeah, my dog's favorite snack, I do try to give them fruits and everything, so they love fruits. Pretty much any snack they like is what I'm eating at the moment, so they'll eat anything. Any snack is their favorite snack.
Peanut's favorite snack, okay, I'm just gonna go with his, like, the thing that he gets every once in a while, which he goes insane for, is the Dom's Chipotle scraps.
Oh.
Mentioned that he gets the scraps of food.
Yes. Favorite snack for my toddler, he is currently really into yogurt, the freezed up kind. And he asks for them at 6 a.m. and he will ask for them at 7:30 p.m. before he goes to sleep. Obviously we have rules. And then my infant is really into baby Cheetos currently. She just devours them.
What is one thing you wish your baby could understand? Or dog. I have a dog. Well, he is my baby.
Yes.
But, so I wish he could understand how much I love him, which I have Googled that and the internet says he knows that I love him, but I'm not convinced. Like, I need him to really, really know just how much I love him. And like, I would give my right arm for him. And I don't think he knows that. So I really would wish he could understand.
I love that. I'm right there with you. I always think of showing my love for my kids in different ways just to make sure that they understand. I hope they do.
I wish they could understand the word no.
I guess I could understand them in general, like especially when they're sleeping and they have those little twitches. I'd like to understand or know what they're dreaming about to get an idea. Is it a good dream? Is it a bad dream? I don't know. Do you track your baby's or dog's milestones? Kind of. I try to keep track of them. It's usually when I have their birthdays and I'm like, oh, I realize, oh, they're another year older type of thing, but I don't really have a set way of tracking them.
I used to with my toddler, but not so much with my daughter anymore because I just stopped comparing milestones.
For my babies, yes, I definitely track them. I actually started a journal, and I write down first steps, first time they try a different food, first time they say something. I think it's going to be really neat for when they grow up, and I can, go back and just retrace all these milestones.
So I do kind of in a way track Peanut's milestones. I have an album of just like all pictures of him. So anytime he does something, like the first time he like learned how to sit, or like when he, I don't know, like the first time he peed on his pad. Like I have pictures of all of it and it's just all in an album. I'm like, these are your little milestones.
Yes. And if your baby or dog had a social media account, what would their handle be? Okay, for my babies, I would certainly put them together. They're Irish twins. They're really, really close in age. It would have to be the Irish twins.
Wait, that's cute. Peanut does have an Instagram. It's called Peanut the Pomapoo.
I love that.
We don't really post on it, but it is there.
I'd probably want to include both my dogs in this, so it'd probably be maybe a combination of their name. So what's Scoob and Franco combined? Scafranco? Yeah, or that, Scubo.
My toddler, he's obsessed with dinosaurs, so it would be Zekasaurus Rex. And then my baby, hers would be Alani Too Cute. How do you tell your baby or dog no? I usually just say, all done, like in a very stern voice, all done.
I'll tell my dogs no, just by looking at them and saying no, and I gotta do the finger, no. Sometimes if they're being too rambunctious, I'll be like, relax, 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 and they'll settle down. Sometimes, but it works.
I say no, and he usually listens.
Great. I also tell my babies no. It usually takes 3 times. It's a no, 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 and now they actually make fun of me. They're so little, I don't know how they understand, but then they look back at me and they say, no, 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 even the infant who doesn't speak.
No.
It's really funny, so I'm gonna have to either do like really enforce a big no, but I also think it's really cute when they get back to me and they say, no, 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 no.
How does your dog greet you when you come home? Usually with pee, meaning that he runs up to me.
He's excited.
Yeah, it's the excitement. He runs up to me and he just like freaks out so much, and basically like if you bend down to pet him, then he'll do like a little squat and just like tinkles comes out. So we have learned to like not bend down to pet him. We just have to like let him jump at us and like get all of his excitement
Let it all out.
and then scoop him and take him outside. So
thankfully that doesn't happen to me. But they all run at the door, which is the cutest thing. I walk in the door after work, after literally leaving to the grocery store for just 5 minutes, and it's like they haven't seen me in years. And so I just see their little bodies, like one of them is crawling, so she just crawls as fast as she can, and the toddler just runs, and it's literally the cutest moment.
They give me kisses and cuddles for like 2 minutes, and then they just go back to doing whatever they were doing.
My dogs greet me by coming to the door, wagging their tails, and it really is nice to have that when I come home to it, because it's after a long day, I'm like, yes, I just know I'm home by seeing their tails wagging, and I could just relax. What's the last thing you Googled about your baby or dog? Not anything in particular about my dogs per se, but I always ask Alexa, can my dogs have this? Can my dogs have that? I don't ever want to give them something they can't eat, because they definitely can't have grapes. So
No.
She's ChatGPTing
This
it.
is literally last night. Why does my 11-month-old spit at me?
Oh.
Yeah, that is the last thing I Googled.
So funny enough, this morning I was Googling the generation that my babies are in, and that's generation beta, which is really interesting. If this is not interesting enough, I will share what I Googled previously to that. That is if they could eat a specific food.
That's literally my answer too. Like, I'm constantly Googling, like, can my dog have this? Like, is this safe for dogs? Like, is this not safe for dogs? That's probably the bulk of them.
Yes.
And I'm also always like Googling, does my dog know I love him? Like,
how did you baby or puppy proof your home? So I talked about this. I locked some of my cabinets up, but I also wanted to ensure that I live. So not every cabinet is locked up. I also don't use any playpens or anything because I want them to roam around the house. And I want them to understand that certain pieces can't be touched. It's going well so far. What about yourself?
With Peanut, the main thing that we had to do was remove plants that he shouldn't be getting into, because when he was a puppy, he really liked to like get up on the plant, like the pots and everything. And there are a lot of like plants that dogs cannot eat. Like if they do, it's like hazardous.
Yes.
So anytime we have flowers or anything, that's the main thing that we watch out for, is just like no petals are like falling onto the ground. Like we don't have any like dangerous plants on the ground. He leaves everything alone these days, but
You guys have done well.
yeah.
I have gates around my place, mainly in my bedroom and in my other bedroom as well, so they don't get into that. But I definitely did kennel train one of my dogs, so he's good with that.
I have outlet covers on every single outlet in my home. And I also have the magnetic cabinet locks. They're just easier. What's your bedtime routine with your baby or dog? My baby's bedtime routine is usually a bath, a book, a bottle, and then bed. The 4 Bs.
For my dogs, there's not really a routine. I kind of just say, bye guys, good night, and I shut the gate to my door, but my door is open so I could still see them. And then, yeah, it's bedtime.
Basically, we just brush his teeth, take him out, make sure he's all ready to go, and then he just climbs under the covers with us.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really pumped about this one because my babies don't like to sleep. They seriously don't. So I've really had to master a bedtime routine. We start around 6:30. We have dinner. Then we start to dim the lights. We start to also shut TV, music, anything that can overstimulate them. Then they go into a bath. I have lavender going, some moody music to get their nervous system down. After they bathe and they get into their jammies and they get their delicious lotion with chamomile and all these other essential oils that will hopefully at one point really work for them to go to sleep, then we just read books. And the first baby goes down at 7:30. If all goes well, she'll be down in 10 minutes. If not, then I have to, just make the room darker. My infant can really see up to the tiniest light. So I have to make sure that I have everything just covered up. I've even had to use tape over their humidifier light. So just the button that clicks on and off, she can see that. Now the 2-year-old goes afterwards, and he's at this point read about 10 books, 20 books, even sometimes. And so then, we just hope for the best that he'll fall right to sleep. So it takes a while. It's about 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
2 hours of our day.
What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever bought for your dog? Oh my God. I bought him a leash that has an umbrella on it.
Oh my goodness.
And we live in Arizona.
I need that. I don't think I don't think any of my purchases are ridiculous. I think that kids need to have the most eccentric, the most creative little pieces and just have them experience it, whether it's fashion, whether it's toys. I just really am of the mindset that I want them to experience. I want to see them in different things. I just like to keep it fun. So that's just me.
I gotta say, a $500 bassinet that my son did not even sleep in. That was the most ridiculous purchase.
The most ridiculous thing I've bought for my pets, I feel like I'm always making ridiculous purchases. Whatever I see, I go to the pet store, I'm like, they gotta have this. Bring it home, they don't even use it. For example, I bought them the little Kong treat toy thing. They don't even care to use it, so. How often does your baby or dog wake you up in the middle of the night? My dogs don't wake me up at all. I sleep separate from them so that they don't wake me up. So I'm pretty good with that.
My baby is teething, so she's waking up 2 to 3 times a night and stays up for like 25 minutes before she goes down again.
This one is funny to me because just last night I woke up 4 times at different times. So I don't know how I function anymore, but the infant wakes up about 2 to 3 times. Usually it's because she needs her pacifier. Sometimes we prepare a bottle for her. She's also teething, so that plays a major factor. And my toddler wakes up because he wants milk, and it's really creepy. He gets out of his bed, he walks over to my room, to my husband and I, and he usually goes to my side, and I just see his face, and he says,
Well, Peanut, he wakes us up sometimes just because like he'll get hot and like crawl out of the covers and then want to go back under. So we'll wake up like briefly just to like, I don't know, lift it up or down for him.
Do you speak to your baby dog or dog in a baby voice? I do speak to my dogs in a baby voice. Otherwise, how are they gonna know that I'm talking to them? Like, they understand that way better. Their tails wagging and everything, so.
You demonstrated.
Here, Franco, get the ball, Franco.
I do not talk to my babies in a baby voice. I talk to them like an adult.
I don't have any more questions.
I don't have any more questions either.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye, thanks for watching.